Hey folks, so I've been getting a lot of questions about what these case height adapters are and how to use them. So I figured instead of explaining it 1,000 times, I would just do a quick video to kind of show you what they are and what they're used for and how to use them. So as reloaders, right, the biggest thing we try to achieve is consistency with our ammunition. And what happens, right, is when we get a machine like this, it adds a lot of consistency to what we do, but there's still some variables left on the table. Case height in the machine is one of these variables. So based on where you set your pedestal for annealing, it can have different effects on how your case is annealed. Meaning, if you have it a little higher than the last time, right, it may take a little bit more time to anneal. If you have it a little lower than the last time, it may take a little less time to anneal. You get a lot hotter faster. Plus that that line, right, kind of goes up and down based on where you have this set. If you only load one cartridge, it's not that big of a deal, because I would imagine you would just set the machine up for one cartridge, right? Set your jam nut and roll on with it, never bother with it, right? But if you load for more than one cartridge and you switch from one cartridge to another cartridge, this may be challenging. So you would constantly have to adjust the machine, eyeball it, and to set it from one cartridge to the next. And if you constantly have to manually adjust it, then you're gonna introduce that variable based on from one annealing to the other annealing session, right? Unless you do some measurements or something crazy, is gonna eat up a lot of time. So what I came up with is a little quick system. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, nothing genius about it, but I think it can save a lot of time. So what you see here in front of me is 4 different cases. I got 308 Winchester on the left. Then it goes 6 Creedmoor, 223, and 6 GT. Right, all 4 of these cases are different height. And when I say different height, the important part is the shoulder height, not necessarily the overall case height. The shoulder height, right, is where we set our machine on for the annealing, right? And the instructions say something like adjust, the case until the shoulder mark is past the line of the coil, so on and so forth, right? So if you set this machine up for 308, then you have to reset it for 6 Creedmoor, so on and so forth, right? And it can add a lot of variables. With my adapters, case height adapters, that variable is removed by having consistent height every time you anneal. So I just kind of wanted to do you a quick show, right? So if I just take the case and I place each one of these cases on top of their respective adapter, you'll see that the shoulder height is almost identical in all of them, right? Which means that when you put this into the machine, it's going to set that height just about perfect, right? Based on the size that you choose. Now, let me show you how quick it is to go from one cartridge to the other cartridge. So let's say I'm going to start with annealing 308, right? So I'm going to start with my 308 adapter, which is number 26, right? I'm going to screw the pedestal all the way up until the adapter fits, right? There's no measuring involved or anything like that. So I'm just going to screw it all the way up and then insert the adapter. Kind of see it's got a little slot, so insert the adapter and then screw the pedestal down until it's snug, just like that. Now I'm ready to anneal 308. As I'm running my cases through, right, the adapter can stay right there. It doesn't have to move, and the machine will work just fine. I don't even mess with my jam nut anymore, right? I just have it at its lowest position, and it just stays there. Now, let's say I'm done annealing 308, and I want to go to 6 GT, right? Pretty big difference there. So I'm going to remove my number 26 adapter, and I'm going to replace that with the number 32 adapter that I use for 6 GT. Right? And snug it back down, and this doesn't take a lot of pressure. Now I'm using my 6 GT cartridge, and it has a perfect alignment between the shoulder and the coil as well. Same thing goes to, is going to work with these, with 223 and 6 Creedmoor, right? They're a little bit different height, so you can find something that works. The kit comes with 5 pieces, and I found that with these 5 pieces, you can load just about anything out there that fits in the short action, like a mini action. So like your 223s, your 308s, 6 Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, whatever it is that you have, you know, in between there, it should work. It's not going to be perfect for everything, but majority of the stuff it'll cover. For your long actions and such, I do make these in custom size. So I shoot 300 PRC as well. So like my 300 PRC case is pretty long, so I run a number 15 adapter for that, right? So I can make these basically whatever size you want them as well if you have something that doesn't, one of these 5 doesn't work. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. And of course, you can always keep these adapters inside of one of your drawers on the riser. Perfect place to store them. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to hit me up, send me messages. I'll respond pretty quickly. Thank you.